For this part of the live stream video is now being prepared to go on the set as continue on in the full walkthrough. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to part 62 in the Crew 2 as part of a full walkthrough. Stage number 6 of the USB Tour West to be leaving in Nevada and go forward at the West in California to be at Los Angeles. By having all kinds of different locations to be highlighted to have street race event to be listed as brand new. Temecula Wineries and San Bernardino Mountains for having a very good sprint race to go each separate locations to go around in the mountains, and going down south to be having a good place to be around at the outskirts of Orange County and Los Angeles. But even perhaps stop by at the home after Hollywood special of the USB Tour West edition takes a very good excellent spot of the sprint race as actually to be part of a hypercar discipline. But once done, bring out the good preparation to see how it turns out to be tested like you're making a movie. But even of course, taking one stop detour at the house as season pass exclusive as I'm being welcomed to be part as a member. But in the end, stage number 7 of the USB Tour West to go forward and up north to be at Los Angeles and go forward to be at San Francisco in California. But at the time, this will have to be put up to be going over to be at the coastal range as I'm about to be ready and set on the waypoint to be in San Francisco to coastal range for having a 4 street race event, but this time it'll have to go on the Frisco special as well. But I'll have to be putting up to have a change of plans and go on idea. So I'll have to save it later on because there's gonna have to take some more events and go on quick travel rather than using on the waypoint. So let's enter the area spot and switch any street race vehicle to go by pick. Okay, now let's see. Gonna have to pick the next street race vehicle as I'm about to choose the 2013 Dodge SRT Viper GTS. Alright, it's all UDRS Insportec livery in today's video segment, folks. But I'm all set and go domestic, not domesticated, to have one part of the street race event. It'll have to be saved later on in part 63 to be arriving to have one step closer towards the finish line at Seattle, Washington. So let's do this.
You feel like going for a little drive today?
Alright, gonna have to take the central waterfront in San Francisco. Gonna take the lead and go on the racer in the Castro location. Gonna have to pass by to be at the Bay Area, go to the forest and go on the line. This is where each part of the 3 area location to be in one street race event to have some different area spots. But you guys have already done this once to have the regular and live summit event itself, so the Dodge Viper GTS 2013 to go on the ACR variation. Very much more fine-tuned as a road car variant. So I have to keep it up onto the high speed and get back onto the Big Sur in the west coast of Highway 1. Feels good to be driving and go down south to get back in. This will be doing one stop detour to have some other 3 sprint race event. Gotta admit, this will be doing much more fun to be explored in California as you guys just really might need to do some one last stop of reminder notice. Okay, gonna have to go across the bridge. Checkpoint confirmed and go over to be at the arrival area of Coastal Range. So there's the Papillon is where the road to Oahu is about to begin. so I had to be entered later on after my training from the live summit event with the same name. So gonna have to keep going, and next turn on the left, slow down and keep up the good line. Central Coast is going to be closer at the finish line, right next to Laguna Seca, which is formerly known as Massa Raceway and currently to be known as WeatherTech Raceway. But yet, it's still yet to be remained to have the former title is still to be raceable to be in the Crew 2 and the first installment of the Crew. So 10% to go. Now arriving in Coastal Range. Just in time, and be prepared to have a 3 different locations on the sprint race to go for a raceathon. Alright, gonna have to stop right here, and under 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 57.228 seconds is good to be clear. But there's no time to keep moving forward. I'm about to go there and have that area Papillon to be opened. So going back onto the normal condition in free drive. Safe and clear. Okay, looks like I just found a good spot. Gonna have to make a quick U-turn if I really need to go at it. But maybe unless, this will have to do a bit more timing to be check the map and find a good access point. So it turns out it was good okay because I'll have to go proceed and get the dirt trail to have a quick access point to get there. For every street race event when it comes to sprint race when you become as an icon level, all you might need to do to choose any kinds of position on each part of the direction. Just gonna have to go north, south, east, or west on one spot is what you need to choose any of your favorite street race vehicle to go by pick. So I guess I just really might have to choose by random on this part of today's video segment. So I just come up and do a perfect idea. How about if I be preferred to choose by different European spec models along with American and Japanese tune cars. So I'll have to start out to have the 7th generation Corvette Stingray 2014 with a UDRS Inspirtec livery to go in white variation as a Group 4 car. But even perhaps the road car version might be quite come up with a perfect idea is now being set and used. So let's turn the engine on, loading up the condition on the track and the sprint itself for the nighttime. But perfectly to have a correction, it's going nighttime. So let's do this, folks. Street race at night, go to Los Angeles. Okay, looks like that could be a bit challenging to have one. Oh, there goes. Jeez. This is a very tough mess party. I just don't want this happening. Don't want this to be happening all the time. Yeah, that is definitely messed up. Okay, so let's go back and do the same exact position on the spot. Jeez, this is crazy that I just never saw that before. Okay, so I had to come up and do for a perfect idea. So let me think. I got it. Coastal Range to Los Angeles. it's going to be using as European cars for today's event. Maybe that will be doing much more fun to be go by pick, as I'm about to be choosing on any European countries. Go for France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, or maybe the UK. Alright, so let's see. Gonna choose any best road car. So maybe the Bentley Mulliner Bacular. Very good to be at 188 per level. So how about the Jaguar E-Type Series 1 Coupe? Nope. So why not go with motorcycles? This would be good to be using with the MB Agusta F4RR 2017. But it's European motorcycle, so it'll have to do weight transfer and do some kneeling to be going a quick more advantage. So I'll have to go with motorcycles this time, folks. Time to load up and set the time of condition to be in nighttime. So I really hope this will be doing a bit more quicker and more faster at this time. So let's find out and give it a go. Hang on, so... Man, sloppy. Just give me a check. Alright, let's try this again on take 2.
3, 2, 1.
So let's find out and give it a go. Okay, gonna have to do some kneeling and go adjusted boost. Contact by 4 wheels, so I had to keep a good clear space on the opening. A bit more heavier, but a bit more quicker on the advantage. Okay, there's the Ferrari F12 Berlin Inta. Gonna go overtake and take the lead. Nope, that's not it. Take 3.
3, 2, 1.
So let's find out and give it a go. Darn. Reset, take 4.
Three, 2, 1.
So let's find out and give it a go. Okay, first place on the head start. Now go for defense on the motorcycles. Kneeling and going clear on the opening to have some tight turns and stay on a good one single line. But 2 wheels are very much more built for faster and quicker when it comes to have weight transfer. Okay, gonna have to stay on the defense. Stop at 10% in the progression. 3.2 seconds. Very good. And go for the left turn on the next route of the corner. As ever yet, like last time, since from last week in the Player's Choice for a live summit event. Oh man. Take number 6. Let's try this again.
3, 2, 1.
So let's find out and give it a go.
Drive like you never heard of a red light.
Got the head start and go hill climbing to be on the kneeling position on weight transfer at the go. So, taking a head start when using motorcycle as a European model, you'll have to go quicker, faster, and go on the defense as 4 wheels to go quicker to have the main part of the advantage. But 2 wheels maybe seem to be having a good clear spot to have an opening moment, and that's how motorcycles can actually to be dominate to have 1 sprint race for every street race discipline. Gonna have to take the downhill slope to be around on the coastal range. It all comes back from last week as the player's choice for a rerun, folks, using the Porsche Panorama Sport Turismo S. But very good and much more sports station wagon is very much more served as a second generation in the 2022 model. But hopefully, I can't wait to race it again and go with Euro style for having one part of the sprint race and having a different time of condition at night. So gonna to go checkpoint clear, stay around, slow and steady, and pass on every turn of the elevation route. But average speed does matter, so it'll have to be preferred to go clean racing on the elevation go. But straightaway does by have a quick choice, you'll have to go around by 175 miles per hour. "11 seconds update on the gap. Gonna keep going and stay on the road." Whenever it comes in to have some differences between car or bike on every sprint race, all you need to do is gonna have to take some proper skill of concentration to have your time of the record. Total time that is, because 1 event, 1 race, and 1 skill of opportunity that you will have to do a skillful achievement when using a motorcycle. So you'll have to go explore around to be in the state of California, just to have going down south is actually to be serving to do a few minutes, or in real time that is gonna have to take exactly by over 8 hours or 10 hours of the trip. So going up in 70%, 29 to go to be moving up forward. 15 seconds is now actually checked. Alright, Mahalib Drive, arrive on the area district. That's where we're getting closer to be arriving in Los Angeles in a few miles to go. Okay, that's good. Almost at 20 seconds. Stay up at the go. And do the left turn to go around on the entrance right next to Hollywood. Okay, here comes the spot. That's where Live Extreme Series take place. And heads up, that's only have to take a few consecutive corners to go downhill. Right past onto Beverly Hills and go straight to Hollywood. Okay, that's 4 hairpins clear. 1 more stretch on the checkpoint and hit the nitro. Alright, gonna have to do a stoppie just to have a short time, and there you go. 36,540 bucks earned. Already surpassed to be at 4.2 million. Wow, talk about getting a purchase to have 1 high expensive hypercar on the Bugatti Centodieci. But yet, of course, that's where taking place from San Francisco and go back down to Los Angeles. But even, of course, to have the coastal range as a starting point. So how about let's go to the oil fields to the same location. But I bet it does might have to take a random choice for any kinds of specific opponent vehicle to go by European, American, or Japanese. But it doesn't matter right now because one spot, 3 events all together to have this part of the current update until the latest is still yet to be available. I'll have to get down and choose any kinds of best specific vehicle to be on pick. So let's try Japan and go for having a one good selection to be preferred between in the all-wheel drive, motorcycle, and even of course to have one of the rotary engine. Mazda RX-7 Shiragan Edition 2002, all set and go by the import of street racing. Let's turn the engine on with the sound of the rotary. Up I go and cue the time of condition.
3,
It's gonna be on sunset, so here I go. This will be doing more excited to have a continuation to go with European cars. So let's go up the north and have that configuration on the turn of the route. So going field in the blue style, Shiragan FD RX-7 is ready to take the next scene. But this tuner exclusive to the Mazda RX-7 Spirit R as a Shiragan edition from Mazda Strip take place in Las Vegas, Nevada during episode 2 from season 3 on Motorflix of the US Speed Tour West. But we still got it as a summit reward and I can use it anytime, any race and go for a sprint race to go at it. Good thing the drip cam is good to be set on recording to go faster on the progress. Crossing through the rails and go by having a good sunshine in the morning. Take a good look, folks. Magnificent and beautiful, isn't it? This will be a very good time to be racing in the farm and the coastal range to be having a good starting position to go up north around in the oil fields. As we're about to get closer, left turn will be at the highway to go at Interstate 5. So heading around in Central Valley as ever before prior to be doing a rival event between Wade and Tuck Morgan. Halfway there is done, so it reminds me of getting the Mazda RX-8 Thunderwave Edition onto the same event with a different condition to be at night. But this one is early morning for having a good condition with wet surface on the road. So I had to pull the brake. Next destination is going to be at Central Valley to be at the oil fields. Gonna hit the nitro and stay well defended by 22 seconds. Actually, I might have to be preferred to be switched inside to the interior view. We'll be doing a bit much more better when racing on the road. That's good. That's where the action comes in. Okay, that's 5 more to go. There's the finish line. And here we are. arriving in the oil fields. Magnificent and good to be spotting in to have nearly icon level to be at 2708. So it's about to be ready to go back into free drive, and yet of course one more event to be on the coastal range. So it's apparently to be at late evening in the twilight hour. So we're gonna just zoom out right back onto the map. Well, I kind of say quick travel 2 is definitely might be doing much more faster to have some reduced amount of duration. So the next up is Coastal Range 2 Los Padres. That will be doing a great time to be here as I'm about to be ready up and quick travel to be on the unchecked event. One more event to go, and this will have to take a good back onto the third person view. Fort card to be available by pick, so I'll have to be preferred to be going back on America. So let's see, gonna have to choose with any muscle car, sedan, or any other supercars to be on the highlighted recommend pick. So when it comes in to have a muscle car, it'll have to be old school vintage as I'm about to go for the Proto Hub 1 1930 with the UDRS Insportec livery to go classic and hot rod flames. This will be it, folks. Just only one more event to go, and then going back to San Francisco, we'll be going proceed to have the next part of the walkthrough video to have a main schedule on further notice.
3,
But it's about to get rain,
2,
so let's do it and go for the daytime to have a few chance of rain.
I'll stop talking so you can start driving.
Hot Rod in the lead. This will be doing a bit more challenging to go in the FR oversteer. Feels good to be driving with this old dog back on the road. But yet, I'll have to be switched back onto the interior view, so it'll have to be quite giving a good extra seat in the house. Okay, looks like the windshield wipers are being turned on. The rain is a bit more challenging on daytime, but I thought it's supposed to be colored in clouds, so it might be seen to be in the sky. Okay, there you go. Make my way and go to the Big Sur on the Highway 1. That would be much impressive to go old school and drive like you're in the 1950s. But practically to be doing an understeer driving. Very much more good to be checked to be see how the Hub 1 is actually to be based from the 1930 Ford model vehicle. But the Nitro with the Star Spangle is actually to have a good spot to be on the side exhaust. Along with the rear. Okay, not this again by interruption. Hang on, folks. Give me a moment. Okay, now let's start over from the beginning.
Three, two, one.
Hang on just a moment, folks. Let me restart at the moment. Okay. That would be doing well.
3, 2.
So let's do it and get ready to roll. Heads up, Eurocars. One vintage hot rod in the lead. So I'll have to go oversteer and switch back up onto the interior view. Windshield wipers turned on, and very good to have a Star Spangled Nitro on the sides. Technically, this will be doing a best seat on the driver's seat. Great. Hang on. Alright. Got it all figured out. Let's try this again. It's about to get rain, folks. So let's do it and have one hot rod to go focus in the lead to have massive overtake on European cars. Feel more excited for today, dirt time, and dirt vintage to have one classic hot rod vehicle to go on the way. Okay, gonna have to keep it good steady on the traction. Switched up onto the interior view. There we go. Just to have the nitro on the Star Spangle on the sides and the rear itself. Windshield wipers turned on, and the driver's seat is the best view around. So, as ever before, all you might need to do is gonna have to win this race to have a good, clear, clean spot to be on the wet surface on the road. That's how the rain condition is yet to be supposed to be covered on the sky. But there will be some few skies to be yet around on the rain, so I'll have to be preferred and just gonna have to keep focusing on the road and find your line. Update on the gap in 3.5 seconds. Okay, gonna have to keep a good grip to be steady in motion. North Pacific Ocean and get back around in the Big Sur. Okay, looks like one Euro car coming in. Gonna have to get back up. There's the tunnel. Okay. Next turn on the left to be quickly as possible. That's very good. Gonna keep up racing and go slippery clean on the surface road. By my calculation, it's gonna be at 65% until going up to be stopped at 70%. But arriving in Los Padres is going to be around on the area spot of the location. Whew, okay, that was a close call. But still in one piece to have the Hub 1 is actually to be on the good mint condition. Okay, coming around and switch back and still yet around in the skies. Well, the weather forecast might be preferred to be covered with clouds, but at least the sunlight still might have a good place to be doing some good time. But the fog rain is actually to be preferred to be covered in clouds. Gonna have to stay focused and finish line in sight. Gonna take home the podium and successful. 3 minutes, 18.434 seconds is all clear. Alright, Icon 2708, here I come and moving on to a new level. So far so good, because any kinds of condition to be in coastal range, we're having nighttime, morning, and daytime with a rain. So especially to have a good level set is now going to be proceed to have level 8 to be around on 2700. So I guess the time to go back to San Francisco, as I'm about to wrap this up before at the end of the video in part 62 before coming up in part 63. So I'll have to make sure to go around to have some more street race event to be around in San Francisco and the special of the USB Tour West Edition until the final leg will be saved later on in stage number 8. We'll be doing the finish line to be going up north in the state of Washington to be at Seattle. Just only one street race event and 2 types of events on the USST cities on the same location for a touring car. Regular and endurance. So I'll have to save later on before I proceed on to the next continuation on every part of the Motorflix season is yet to be on the progress to go by percentage. So thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2 folks. Glad that you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Discord, Patreon, and more to see for my image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time for continue on in a full walkthrough of the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing. Stay clean. You know, I would like to give the episode title